Hello and welcome to the Sports Pitch Podcast. On today's episode, we are reviewing the qualifying finals, the week 1 qualifying finals. It was a big week this week, boys, eh? Very big week. A lot happened, and we will talk about it. But how are you before we get into the footy?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
I said you, I was talking to Billy. How are you, Bill? Now, how are you, Carl?
Hey, look, it's his last episode for a while. Just
It is.
be nice
How
to
are
him,
you?
I cannot
I'm
wait.
always nice to him. Didn't I compliment
I
him last week?
cannot wait. I can't stand you, so I cannot wait.
Really?
I'm so excited,
But I
eh?
was nice to you last week.
No, it's, you know what? I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
No, I
I'm
know the
glad-
camera can't tell, but you stink every time you're here.
I
bro.
stink. I stink a khara.
You smell like roses. I'm always nice to you, see? I
That's
don't,
right. No, you are. Well,
You
you
don't
know, you are.
deserve it.
You're scum.
Yeah, but you're slack.
Anyways, my weekend was great. Thank you.
was it? I'm glad to hear you, man.
Yeah, it was all right.
It's good to have a weekend where you don't have to worry about your team, hey?
Oh, thank God. Tell me about it.
Like a stress-free weekend. I went fishing yesterday. I had nothing on my mind. I was
You don't have to hate on anyone.
No
There's a
hating,
few signings that we have to talk about.
Yeah, we will talk about those.
Weird signings, but-
Very weird.
Yeah.
How are you,
Yeah,
Bill?
what the hell is that?
How are you anyway?
Yeah,
you're,
it's
you're
actually
signing Andrew Johns
it's
anyway.
connected to you.
Yeah, you're signing Andrew Johns apparently.
The next Orby. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I had a good weekend, you know.
Did you? It was a great weekend. At some point in that game yesterday that we'll talk about, my wife goes to me, Billy, if he wasn't at his mum's house, he's definitely breaking walls.
Oh, I got up
Definitely breaking
and,
walls.
and my dad sat me back down.
Oh, yeah.
So
The big Don had to step in. We'll kick off the week on that first Friday night. The
before we go
Broncos.
there, how are you, man? Say how you don't ask him.
It's not my
I
job.
felt
That's
that.
your
Did you
job.
see me looking down like I was full upset? Like,
Yeah,
no
that's
one
your
asked me.
job.
I'm great, bro. I don't have to worry about my team. Bit of articles coming out about Shane Flanagan doing a bit of work there. It's looking bright, hopefully.
Good to see, finally.
Yeah, you hear it, you believe it, but you got to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then round 10 next year.
We're
Back to where you are.
back to square one. We'll start off with the Broncos versus Melbourne. Broncos 26, Melbourne 0. That's first of all, that is the first time that's happened to Melbourne in their whole
Well,
final.
I've eaten shit.
So has he?
Gee,
We're showing
shit?
the plate.
Yeah.
We're showing the
Yeah, he's definitely shared the play.
So
Now, the big thing about this game is Pappenhausen, the poor bloke, just can't catch a break. What happened, bro? He's made out of tissue paper. But yeah, look, to be fair, if Nelson is fucking landing on your leg, there's a problem.
Anyone is going to cop that injury.
Yeah, but it's just his luck that he has to be there.
It is what it is, man.
It is what
it's
it is.
sport, yeah, sport.
It's
Now,
a sport.
in this game, Melbourne has beaten the Broncos every time at Suncorp Stadium since 2016. Did you know that?
What a start.
So they've actually came back and got revenge from last week, and
Meant nothing, apparently.
literally, it's all down the drain now.
Honestly, in my lifetime of watching Melbourne, even when they had nothing to play for, they played better than that. That was one of the shittest games I've seen them play ever.
Especially from their spine. That was the worst.
Oh,
game.
Nick Meaney, you were like, nah, leave Nick Meaney there and leave Pappenhausen on the bench.
Nah, he just got
No, I've got a
yeah.
confession.
Go.
First few minutes in, I swear to God, I'm like, Bill and Mohammed were right.
Cause how
Pappenhausen should have
disgusting-
started,
How shit do they look?
and Warbrick should have just copped the axe and put Meany there, honestly.
Yeah.
I just so right. So right. Like, I actually
There
copped
was
it on the
no
chin.
attack. There was
In
no
the
attack.
finals, you need Pappenhausen there. Well, you can't have him now, but you needed him there.
So, and I said on the podcast last week, if he plays in the middle, he's going to get injured. I called it.
You can't play him there. There's big forwards, bro, cleaning him up. If he was at fullback, he'd be defending behind the line. But he's defending in the line as a, what was he, a lock?
He probably,
I don't even know where he was
fucking
playing.
Josh King came off and he took his spot.
Yeah, whatever it was, you guys were so right. He should have been from the get go. There's too much of a big game, too much at stake for him to come in off the bench.
100%.
Everything I said, just scrap it.
Delete that video.
Like honestly, all my predictions in this whole round was all over the place.
it was bad.
But wow, what a team, Broncos, man.
What was it? So that was my next question. Was it Melbourne that played poorly, or was it Brisbane that actually came out and just showed what they had?
Give it to the Broncos, man.
so good.
Their strike is out of this world. Out of this world. Their attack, their speed, their you know what? Their confidence, because they're so young, their confidence through the roof.
What did I say?
You said, I'm telling you, whatever I said last preview, review, whatever you want to call it, scrap it.
It's not even about what you said. I said it's either these young blokes are going to come out with no confidence at all, or because they're young blokes, they're going to come out with confidence through the roof. And that's exactly what they've done.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like, me and him did say if Melbourne grind. There was no grind.
No grind.
Broncos stuffed up their opportunities. That scoreline could have been 40, 50.
Munster.
Dog shit.
Nowhere to be seen.
Grant,
Harry Grant.
dog shit.
Harry Grant
Like-
giving away unnecessary penalties.
And even their defense, like when Katoni Stagg scored, yeah, fuck, he's a powerful cunt, but why is he stepping and running over Munster and everyone?
The only bloke that actually came on and had somewhat of an impact, good and bad, is Nelson.
Yeah.
Nelson was running hard until he wiped out Pappy.
From the get-go of the game, you can tell that Broncos already in their head, right? Did you see the first hit up?
Yeah.
Harry Grant already had the shits of Carrigan for no reason.
Yeah, first hit up, they punched him.
Carrigan was confused, like, all right. And then they just started grabbing each other. And from the get-go, I'm like, bro, Storms looked defeated. See how, like, just pissed off Harry Grant looked from the start?
Yeah.
And Munster looked like he had never played 5'8" before.
Literally.
He didn't know what to do. And then he even said afterwards, he goes, we look like dog shit.
They said dog shit, yeah.
He looked like dog shit. He didn't inject himself at all when they needed him.
No, but even if he did, he's running the ball. You're a 5'8". You know, create something.
Yeah, you gotta move
But
that
then
ball.
again, bro, they're making half breaks, this and that. Meany's not showing up to like help him.
Well, he always is, right? He's always
During
there.
the season, he was 100%. But
big
if
game.
Pappy's fullback, he's always there.
Yeah, the support
Offloads,
play
everything.
In the finals, you need support play.
It's shocking, bro.
I feel like Khaled was saying, Melbourne came out of that locker room and they had already lost the game before they even stepped out of there.
Already. Everyone knows Melbourne, and I've said it so many times.
You did.
When it comes to the big game feels, it's Melbourne's backyard.
Originally,
The second they walked out, Broncos looked like winners from the start.
that
They
first
just-
set showed
the first hit, not even the first hit up. Broncos, young guns coming in. You know what? This is our game now. Yeah. It's our time. You know, this is our game. We're ready to take over. And Reece Walsh, oh my god.
before the finals season started, you and Ali were saying if Penrith or Broncos had a loss in them, it'd be the Broncos. I was telling you I don't see that happening. I was telling you Penrith has more of a loss in them than they do. And I feel like that still stands.
Well, it happened, right? Because
it happened, yeah.
Honestly, it looks like Penrith going straight through to the grand final.
Oh, yeah.
going straight through, it looks like they're going to win its mum.
No,
they're going to play Brisbane.
They're going to go to they're going to go to the grand
Yeah,
final.
it looks like it's...
Whereas, I'm sorry, no, Brisbane will be in the grand final.
And Penrith.
Penrith have the harder run.
Yeah, of course.
They
Out of the
they
two.
cop Melbourne or Roosters.
Out of the two, yeah.
Whereas Broncos cop Knights or Warriors.
Yeah. It was a cracker game to kick off
Reynolds, man.
the first game of the qualifying rounds. Cracker game.
Reynolds had the ball in the string.
Yeah,
Control
Reynolds,
the game.
bro, Reece Walsh, Carrigan, Payne Haas. Payne Haas was chasing down wingers, bro. Crazy. Which moves us on to the first game of Saturday. Now, I didn't watch much of this game, but by the looks of things, Penrith absolutely mopped the Warriors. The Warriors were without Sean Johnson, and it shows you how much they miss him when he's not there.
And Metcalf.
And Metcalf. Yeah, sorry, their halves both were gone. Metcalf is a big loss, but Sean Johnson, wow.
Yeah, if you watch the game, you see they're lost.
Yeah, I watched
Like
a bit of.
so
I watched like
many
60
sets
minutes.
on Penrith line, and Dylan Walker's running himself. Tamara Martin's running himself. They have no idea.
Tamara Martin, you can't really blame much because it's his second game back in actual
he's in
first
the
grade.
deep end.
NRL.
But you got to... What do you mean? Like, you
But
can't
you're a
really
first
say
grade
that.
player.
You're first grade. You
You
put there
train
for
for
a
the whole
reason.
week.
You're picked
Well,
for a
he
reason.
hasn't been a first grade player for a couple of years now.
Well, you're picked for a reason though. Like you got a job, you got to do it.
100%.
And there was a bit
I
of
feel
pressure
like
though. But
I feel like it was Webster's decision of putting Dylan Walker in the halfback.
wasn't the I don't think he looked all right.
I know, but he's getting old. He's getting on with his.
But he had nothing to offer. You know,
Nothing.
he had a bit of.
I'm sure they have someone in the artillery there.
I gotta put Tohu Harris 5'8" straight up.
Tohu Harris always plays well. He
Dylan
set up a try,
Walker
didn't
did
he?
nothing, bro. He did nothing.
Tohu Harris set up the only try, did he not?
That's right. Yeah.
So yeah, Tohu Harris, Penrith, outstanding, always are.
Nathan Cleary ran an absolute muck on him.
How do you?
But like, you know, it wasn't even Penrith weren't like doing anything from their end. It was the Warriors just giving him the ball and saying, "Come get us."
That's what Nathan Cleary did play a cracker game.
Now, of course, no, Penrith played well, but they didn't even struggle or sweat. It's just like, you made an error, we're going to come and pump you. We're going to come and pump you. Like,
Out of all the games that were played this week, that one was the most obvious one. I feel like.
I thought Knights and Raiders would be obvious.
Yeah,
but fuck.
yeah, but fuck me.
Yeah, but we that one was pretty obvious. Like, yeah.
What about that post the Penrith Panthers official page came out and stuck on afterward?
So for those who haven't seen it, it said up the pass.
Yeah.
Up the paths, mate.
And then they deleted it straight away and apologised.
And Lua uploaded it.
He probably did. He's got a
He
tendency
did.
for
No, he
doing.
did.
Oh, did he?
He did. Yeah. So they deleted it, and Lua uploaded like a Snapchat of it.
Yeah, so he's got a thing for being a grub, and he didn't even play in that
He
game.
loves it. He loves it.
Such a
He didn't even play in that game. Can he really take credit?
Can
He can take credit for the whole season, really, but not that game.
we talk about Cleary though? Like
He's now. You were saying Melbourne finds another level. Cleary came out and found another level on his own in that
on
game.
one boot.
Yeah, literally.
He had
that one, that's
on
choices
his-
on the board.
Did you hear what Vossi called that? The Cinderella story. Because he said, bro, what a try. You set it up with no shoe on.
because for the last game, Vossi made a cracker call, and well, he actually made me laugh because he can make up shit from his arsehole like that.
Now,
But I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna forget.
what is it?
Ponga jumped up for a ball.
Yeah.
All right, he goes, "Oh, look at Ponga catch the ball. It's like a hot cat. No, sorry, it's a cat on a hot shed." That's what he said. He jumped like a cat on a hot shed.
I thought he would have made like a ping pong reference. Ping pong ponga.
No, whenever he sees Jason Saab jumping for the ball, he straight away refers him to like an NBA player.
Yeah.
It's the funniest
Kareem
thing.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Abdul-Jabbar, and he always refers to Dominic Young as
But some NBA player.
always some different name.
I love him, bro.
But
So good.
Cleary, he's not an immortal in the next.
Oh,
whenever he retires,
He will be.
he's like guaranteed his spot. Right?
And speaking of the Clearys now, that is a father-son combination. And talking about father-son combinations, did we not just sign Kyle Flanagan? We are going to have the next Nathan and Ivan Cleary going on. Mate.
Oh my god, that's similar to it. Very close.
It's
to
very rough, yeah, but veering off.
I mean, we'll talk about that later, but
When-
I don't think that's that bad of a
What do you
sign.
think? Yeah, not bad of a song. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. That will lead us into the next Sharks 12, Roosters 13. I'm not going to say much. Khaled, you don't need to say much. Take it away.
I'll cry on set, mate.
Would
I
you
will
cry?
cry. No, honestly, what a game. To be in this game, I honestly was like, you know what? Whether we lose or win, we came back from shit.
Yeah.
Well, 14th 6 weeks ago. We versed the Sharks. I thought we should obliterate them. You know, they've got a few big name players, not much. They gave us a fucking run for our money.
Now, why did they give you a run for your money?
Honestly, like before the injuries and all that, we played so shit.
Yes, is it?
And to be fair, they missed at least 4 chances, bro. They could have scored so many tries. But then we lose Manu. We lose Suwali.
Suwali first.
Suwali had delayed concussion.
Grade 3, bro. Grade 3, he's gone.
That means he gets rushed off the field, right?
Yeah, they took him off the field and he misses next week.
Yeah, so he's missed next week guaranteed. But yeah, he copped the hit that we all missed. I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
And then in the shed, apparently he got sick. And they're like, no, you're coming off. That's it. You're done.
Oh, that's probably why they boosted the grade.
Yeah. And then Manu hamstring again now.
Yeah. And then to put
And
the
then
cherry on
big
top.
bad Teddy. You know what? I need to get Simbin today.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Why would I make it easier for the
Yeah.
Roosters? I'll make it harder.
You
I'll
said
be
it,
the
though.
hero.
You said they'll win, but they're gonna find a way to make it look hard.
But I can talk about the game. I can talk about everything. Those 2 fucking charge downs is what I want to talk about.
Wow.
Can we, before you get into that deeply,
I just had to get
there,
to it.
you'll get it there. There was a fucking break down the sideline. Sharks. Who chased him down?
And I was gonna say that too.
Who the fuck chased him down?
Fucking John Cena himself.
John
bro.
Cena is doing it all. He's not just a wrestler. He's a fucking footy
Brother,
player.
you watch him running. Even Teddy fucking slows down and says, "Get him."
Yeah.
How
They
fast
relied
is
on him
he?
so well, yeah.
Brother, he chases it.
They thought if
It's
they
weeks in a
rely
row he's
on
done
you to
this.
catch it, like to chase him down, that means
A
fuck.
prop, bro.
Imagine how much trust they have in their players. But did you see, even besides that, did you see the whole team straight away recover and everyone's ready to defend?
The 1%.
And it's the
The-
Roosters
the
of old.
1%ers.
It's the Roosters of old coming back slowly. That's what it is.
I think there's nothing bad to say about you guys. There is some worrying stuff,
Yeah.
but this game defines the whole season.
Yeah, definitely.
Literally, this is the whole season in a game.
Yeah, badly.
To come back from behind, and the way they looked, depleted, tired. Everyone was counting them out. Everyone was like, just putting on them. They come back and win like that, resilient. Wow.
What was the difference between most of the season and yesterday's game? Sam Walker. Cool, calm, and collected, bro. He played well.
He's brought a new level to us, but
His kicking game, his field
it's
goal.
something that it's our Bondi Wall. It's finally back.
Great
That's
Wall
what
of
they used to
Bondi?
call it. Yeah. It's finally back. The Sharks against 12 men. What 10?
Playing soccer?
Yeah. Against 12 men, scored 1 try in 10 minutes.
That was embarrassing.
That was a soft
100%.
try,
That was
but to
embarrassing.
hold them out, and they did break the line. They broke
Yeah,
the line
a few
halfway through.
times.
The defense, the cover defense, just immaculate. And then leading to, you take the field goal, 7 minutes left on the clock. My wife goes, don't you reckon it's a bit early now?
It is. I said it's a bit early too.
I didn't think so at all, because if you look back at when you beat the Dragons on Anzac Day, you kicked the field goal that early in the game
defended,
too,
yeah,
and your defense won you the game.
We did it against the Bulldogs as well.
Yeah.
Defended
We said
our
it
asses
last
off.
week.
Yeah.
We said that this sort of defense is what you want to see towards this time of the year, and they showed it again just a week after, and even better. Now their attack, I feel like they're trying way too hard to score, and when you start trying too hard, you start overplaying your cards, and
They only have a few strike weapons. Not the whole team is very lethal. They have that Manu. They look for Suwali. They look for players like that, and they did lose a few of them early, so that's why I made it a bit harder. Now, tell me about those charge downs, mate.
Bro, wow. Honestly, fucking... Look, Teddy was done. When he got sin bin, I went off at him.
Of course you did.
Because, like, Nico Hines went short side. Lindsay went to him. He had him.
Yeah.
But Teddy's just like, no, just this. I don't want
Hey, he pulls Lindsay out of the way and he jumps in front of him.
Yeah, so I feel like Teddy, with the way he was walking up and down that tunnel, he looked like he was a man on a mission. I had to come back and do something.
Of course.
Yeah. He comes back. He helps us score one of the tries. Like, he gets us down there, whatever.
The break.
Then when Nico Hines takes that field goal, bro, he's the only one flying out of the line. Charges it down. They get it back, but I'm like, fuck.
My wife laughed at him when he done that. My wife laughed at him when he done that. She thought it was a stupid play to give him 6 more. I said, that is literally the game winner right there.
If he kicks it, we got extra time. We can't do extra time.
That's
We're
the
done.
game winner right there.
Yeah. Anyways, they get the ball back. I'm like, fuck, AD this game, AD this, and I started swearing at everyone. Nico Hines goes a second time. And who's cuz? Oh,
Let
Luke
it out.
Keary.
Let it out. Let it out.
Hey, Luke Keary, I want to...
You want to kiss him?
What do you want to do?
What do you want to do?
Let it out.
I just want to give him a kiss. I
wanna hear it.
I just want to give him a kiss.
We'll tell you off camera.
Off camera, I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing on OnlyFans, $2.99 a month.
Go follow him.
The way he flew out of the line and just connected that ball. And then who backs up? Fucking Wong.
Yeah, Wong, eh?
Who has a fucking big future with us.
And he had a very good game too.
He pretty much got his back in the game with that try.
Yeah.
Because he scored that try. He almost broke through, offloaded to Teddy, but Teddy dropped it, which was a hard one to take.
It was.
And Wong recovered the ball.
And recovered the ball for the field goal. Now, they showed a different angle. Like, today at work, I start at 6 a.m., so I'm like, I'm watching YouTube. Or everything about Roosters, bro.
Yeah.
I get jet up when they win.
Oh, you need to do your...
I watch the press conferences and all that shit. Anyways, they showed an angle of Keary, bro. So they play the ball. Keary does not even look at he just puts his head down, starts running. He gets there the last second, lifts his head and just puts his arms up.
He had to.
And he jumps in the air. He jumps in the air.
What a veteran of the game.
Yeah.
Him and Tedesco.
He's been there before. Bro.
And they say when your team's down and out, you need leaders, your leaders of the game, your club, and you need the big guns to step up. And boy, did they step up.
And they're pretty much the two main leaders on that team without Jared.
And the two most ridiculed players, basically not of the year, but as in like
In
they
the
were
respect.
spoken
Teddy
about
has been.
so
Teddy's
heavily.
been
And you know what?
pumped,
No, Teddy's up there, the most ridiculed player of the year. To step up like that, the Roosters, man. I messaged him straight away. I have this thing for the Roosters,
A soft spot?
a soft spot for him. Like when someone thinks about NRL, thinks about footy, and thinks about passion and heart, watch any game of the Roosters, man. They give it their all, especially times like this.
Yeah, now, yes, but the bit of the season they were
Well,
playing.
then that's what I mean. When it comes to big games, big game feels, mate, go watch any game with the Roosters.
No, like, but even Trent was saying, like, we've won some big fucking games. Remember that Latrell Mitchell field goal? Remember, we've won some big games, but even Trent said that is the most gutsiest thing I've ever seen.
100%. Gutsy, and that's what finals footy is about.
So we lost our players, whatever. Angus Crichton centre, Wong centre, Billy Smith wing, Sandon Smith fullback.
Yeah, to reshuffle, that's
It's just
that's
it's
a lot
not
to ask
normal.
for from them, especially.
Did Billy Smith take the conversion, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah, he did, and he got it. That's his first one.
Please go watch the press conference.
I heard what he
Did you
said.
see it?
He goes,
That's
Billy,
it. He's
he
like,
goes,
what the
Billy
fuck's
Smith
going
is he's our fifth tee kicker, if that.
He's only kicked one. That was last year, was it?
He missed. He was 0 for 1 yesterday. Or the day before, whatever it was.
Trent Robinson's like, he's our fifth tee, even if barely if he makes 50 kicker.
But what the confidence in the kid, They're all hodling around the ball. Sam Walker's ankle's done for the game. Billy Smith just walks up to him, I'll take it. Fuck it.
He's got a future too, bro.
Injury free, he does have a future, but...
injury free. With the Roosters, I mean, not a future, but future with the Roosters.
No, of course. We've got a lot of younger, like Terrell May played a good game.
Yeah.
He's our next Jared, it looks like.
You needed them to step up, and they all stepped up. It was an excellent game
That's
to
the
watch.
Roosters, man. When you
Yeah.
step
Yeah,
up.
like, even for me, I've been going for the Roosters, 19 years now.
You know what's crazy about...
And it's the most gutsiest thing I've seen.
Aren't you 20 years old? How old are you?
He turned 20 last week.
28, bro.
The crazy thing about this week's finals, the two games that were to go through, so the knockout games, were thrillers, both of them.
Well, they are the shitter teams at the bottom.
Yeah, but they were so good. They were actually finals footy, bro.
That was fun. Yeah, the first two.
The first two are blowouts.
Yeah, blowouts. Yeah, it was boring. It was actually boring.
For top fours, bro, the two teams that lost are top four sides and they got blown out. These other four teams are the bottom four of the 8, and they put on a show.
Yeah, that's why the ladder surprises you. Now, imagine you got to imagine if Cowboys, Rabbitohs made this final series, but They deserve to be there, the Warriors and Melbourne.
Yeah, of course. It's only what ifs.
Get to it.
It's only what ifs at this.
Sorry, before we move on, don't forget Roosters. Where'd they come from again? 14th.
Yeah, they got to 14.
Count it
So,
out.
hey,
You can't like.
Bulldogs were a win behind us. Remember that?
You can't.
7 weeks ago.
You could talk about this forever, man. There was counted out. The Roosters, man, fuck, they wow me every time.
Billy was saying that I don't want to make the finals if they're just going to be there to make the numbers. You're not making the numbers, mate.
No,
You're
no,
making
we're showing
And
something.
I said last week they'll make an impact. The Roosters, man,
You
they
did.
carry an aura around them when it comes to finals,
But
like a sort of like a Storms team. But they just exceeded my expectations. Now, if you could go back in history and pull out so many games that the Roosters have done this, so many games. Look, don't tell me now. I can't pull up nothing off the top of my head. But you guys know all these games I'm talking about. It's crazy, man.
It's just but I can't help but feel it's going to be a tough one from here with all those players. Yeah,
Bro, we got our next 2 games are Storm and Penrith.
yeah. It was always going to be close to an impossible task, and now with Manu most probably out and Suwali out, it makes the job just a bit harder.
Like I said, I'm happy where we are. If we can at least beat the Storm as well, that'll make me more happy. We're not gonna go beat Storm,
I'll wear a jersey
get
next
pumped
week.
and go Penrith.
Would you?
I wear a jersey even though I might not be here.
If we beat Storm,
No, we'll bring you on.
If you guys beat Storm, I'm wearing a Rooster jersey next week. I'll buy one. Happy.
honestly, as a Roosters fan, obviously I want him to win. Blah blah blah. We could talk shit, but let's be realist. It's a tough game. I honestly don't think we can win that
Very
game, especially
tough game.
if Manu's out.
Very hard, but
You said the same thing though when they all went out against the Sharks, right?
Yeah, I was sitting there like, yeah.
You said the same thing when they've last week and the week before and the week
No,
before.
ask him. When we were 14th, I was telling him, bro.
Yeah, he
we're
was.
coming, bro.
It's very hard, but we will get into depth on the video that comes out on Thursday because we'll preview the round 2 of the finals. But I'll move on to Knights 30, Raiders 28. Extra time. And without Hastings.
I'll eat shit again.
I'm telling you,
This is
my
a big
predictions this round were horrible.
No one predicted that.
What a game! What a finals game! What a feel!
It was a cracker game. Now, at halftime, it was 16-6 to the Raiders. It was 16-6. So they came out and they proved everyone wrong the first half. But the thing is, they are known to fade. And they did fall asleep in that first 20 minutes or 25 minutes of that second half. And it ultimately costed them the game.
I don't know why he's doing biting people. I don't think he thinks it's a dog or something.
Why is he playing in the centres?
Why
I don't know. I like the idea.
He had a
Honestly,
good game
I liked
today.
it. And he'll be at the centres for the Rabbitohs as well.
Yeah, so
It was a good trial.
I'm sure it was warming them up for Rabbitohs.
He's like, yeah, we'll do the favour.
That's another prediction, by the way. We both ate shit.
Oh, no, we all did, all three of
And
them.
you too? And I also, you said the same thing to me. You're like to me, first 20 minutes, it'll be a close game. I'm like, what? No way. Ponga style? Nah, they're going to get my.
Talking about
Scrap the whole video last like honestly.
Yeah, just
you,
let
could,
it
you
take
can't
off YouTube, bro.
you can't not that far. You can't predict nothing these finals. That's what's amazing about this
I
season.
love it. It's been a good
A
final
few
series.
seasons ago, you know Storm's gonna beat them. This season, no one knows what's going on.
Unpredictable. Now I jinxed Ponga so hard. I was watching this with my brother-in-law at my mum's house. When the extra time came along, I was like, bro, Ponga is gonna kill it. Ponga get the first pass he gets, knocks it on. I'm like, oh my god, halfway line. The fucking next time he touches the ball, he knocks it on again. I'm like, bro, this bloke.
You just jinxed him.
Yeah, I fucked him
You
sideways.
pumped him.
But there was something in the extra time. Bro, the Raiders are on their line after Ponga knocked it on. He's on their, they're on their line. 4th tackle, I'm like, all right, they'll set up for it. 5th tackle comes along, they go up. They put the fucking kick up instead of going for the one. They're right in front of the post.
See, that's the difference between the best halfbacks. Because you know how the semi-finals works, yeah? Extra time, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it goes on both sides. All right. The best half will be like, you know what? We're going to kick this. The next 10 minutes is ours.
Defend with
We're
your
going to
life.
pump it, bro. Just like the Roosters did. We kick it, that's defend.
Well, it's
Fuck
the
it.
veterans and
That's
not
it.
so veterans.
Fogarty, halfback again. About Fogarty and Frawley.
Yeah, I'm saying and Frawley.
They're good against these little, like for example, against Knights, normal 80 minutes. They have fun. They can kick it. Do it. When it comes to pressure, look what he does. What are you doing? Just kick it.
It was actually, I looked at my brother and I was like, bro,
That's the thing,
what
yeah.
the fuck did he just do?
Bro, I'm telling you, I reckon if Wyden was half, he sends it.
But Wyden had an opportunity too. The next set they
the
had,
next set, I know.
they were
Must have
20
been a
metres
game
out.
plan. Must have been, I don't know, must have been Ricky
Now
Stewart
they were like,
telling
let's score and we're gonna win. But like you can't guarantee a try.
You don't go for the try when the 2 points is in front. 1 point, sorry.
They were
is in
going
front
for
of
the aggregate, maybe.
you. Now, did you watch the game, the extra time? Do you believe that was a head high on Ponga? The penalty that ultimately won him the game? Yeah? You?
So, question. I asked you that just before we started. I didn't look like it was a head high, but either way, it was a set restart.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So either way,
Yeah, but it's different.
but the thing is, they got their set restart. And was it the tackle that right after set restart that was...
Yeah, so restart bang. Right.
so why wouldn't? So who picked it up? Was it White that picked it? No, Tarpany. Who picked it up right after he dropped the ball? I think whenever something like that happens, why don't they just complete the whole set, run and try?
Yeah.
Can't you do that? Just try, then maybe challenge or whatever happens.
Nah, not really.
Because I feel like we've had this mistake this year. I don't know. There was a play, and so there was a knock on. Apparently, it wasn't a knock on, and he didn't end up trying. He could have scored. They could have completed the set and scored. And whatever.
Didn't it happen in the Bulldogs game? But it happened vice versa.
I think so.
They actually
Twala,
played.
yeah,
They
Twala
actually
scored.
played it.
So
Where,
yeah, that's what I'm talking. So
Brett Preston put it down.
I don't understand why players aren't completing. They just go score and see what happens after.
They're killing
because it's
the
going to be a
play.
no trial. Whatever it does, they're just going to review the whole thing anyway.
Yeah, they just kill the play.
It happened in the Dragons game as well, Sloan, when he ran up the
When
whole
he
field
stopped and
and
looked at everyone,
Yeah.
yeah, like I'm seeing this a lot, and I think referees are confusing the players.
You know, Sloan
Don't
gave,
call anything until
That's really the ref should let it go. Yeah.
Sloan
You know what I'm
gave
saying?
himself up in that game too.
Yes.
Because the ref wasn't going to call anything. He was going to let it go on and he
And
just
he-
stopped
he
and looked at
paused.
it.
yeah, and there was massive gap for Sloan to run in.
When we played young footy, bro, we were taught to play to the whistle.
That's it.
Play to the whistle. That's all it is.
even
You
if
wait for the
Ponga-
referee to blow it or don't.
Yeah, like I don't know why. So one of the Raiders players, I can't remember who it was, picked it up and then stopped. Why'd you stop? Like
Run.
Run and see what happens.
maybe I sound stupid, but that's what I think anyway.
No, well, if the referee's not going to blow it, you pick it up and you run.
Look, either way, like you said, he will come back to it.
That's right.
So try your luck. you know?
Everything is watched nowadays. If no one out there knows.
and they didn't want to review the high tackle.
Yeah.
Raiders went to talk about it, and the ref was like, "Mate, I'm not having it." What do you mean you're not having
It
it?
probably got reviewed in the bunker and because they talk. So he probably reviewed it and told him that's it.
In a time like this, in a game like this,
Yeah.
you gotta review this to the T. When it comes to a game that means nothing, they review it for like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
I think the refs have been doing well this
See,
semi-final. So
yeah, they will be.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is
They cracked the whistle.
with that, my general understanding was any contact with the head these days is a penalty.
because you know what? Look, I reckon honestly, if it was another player, it wouldn't be a penalty.
Well, that's what I was,
Ponga is protected because of what's happened.
that's
to
what
him.
I was leading
That's what I
to
reckon.
because the Dragons game, their last round, round 27, there was contact to the head, and I was like, bro, that's a penalty, and we challenged it, and the bunker said there was minimal contact with the head. But contact is contact, minimal or not minimal.
Who knows, man?
You touch the head, that's the way it was. It was a penalty. Like it's been a penalty every day of the week, and then now they shifted around. I understand it.
Yeah, but it's like we always say. There's for specific penalties and stuff. There's a selection of players.
Yeah.
Penalties. If you say if he's Jared in a tackle, you just want to blow your whistle. Just oh, bro, it's orgasmic to the refs. Just, like they want to do it.
And then
Jared
when you
doesn't
see the
need to be in
trail,
a
what
tackle.
happens? What
Like, when I
happens
say
in the trail?
when,
They put the whistle in the pocket.
Jared just has to stand next to the tackle. Jared, you're too close to that tackle.
Yeah.
no, but like even Radley when he's tackling people, I'm like, please get up, please.
Yeah.
Because if he just sniffs the second,
Victor move!
I
That's
saw
all
him.
you hear is Victor move! Jared, get off him. That's all you hear.
Have you
saying.
seen that TikTok guy? He is a classic.
So, and for the players that get a lot of head knocks, like Ponga, Kiri, and all that, you tap them on the face straight away. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Because, you know, we've said it before and I'll say it again. You can't penalise players on the on the injury, the outcome of the tackle. But that is pretty much the wrap-up of the round one of the qualifying
Before we
finals.
finish, like Raiders fans should be happy with that.
Well, that's what. There's more to say because I was going to say,
Oh, yeah.
look how weird as fans how we are. Like, this is how much we love the game because we were all saying Raiders don't deserve it, and then now we're here discussing was it a high tackle, was it not?
Yeah.
That's how much we just love this game. We want it just to be caught right down in the middle,
100%.
and that's what.
As much as we hate teams, when it's played on the field, when they're on that field, like it's the right calls have to be the right calls. Whether it's the team we hate, the team we love, just call the right calls and play a fair game.
Like I honestly wanted the Raiders to win this game.
Did ya?
Honestly, yeah. I
Something
love.
high.
You need an upset, bro. It's like
It was crazy.
we all know Raiders shouldn't be there, but imagine they beat the Knights, bro.
It was crazy too because it was 16-6 at halftime, and then the Knights went up to 28, 28-16, and then he went up to 28-28 within a flash
That
of
last try from the Raiders, just throwing the ball, like it shows what they can do. Honestly, it does, but they just don't do it.
Nah, that's the problem.
So
That's well, and they done very well without
yeah,
Horsburgh.
their fans should be happy about that. Like I told you, I expected at least 42-6,
Yeah.
at least.
The only thing that hurts out of this is, or doesn't hurt me, but should hurt the Raiders fans. Croker didn't get the send off he deserves, So he's officially now retired after the season. And what's his name
Jeff
from the
Warren.
Sharks? Well, no, from the Sharks.
Wade
Wade
Graham.
Graham also retired. So big ups to Wade Graham and Jared Coker. They've had a stellar season. They've been in the game for a long time. They are veterans of the game. So we just want to commend them on their careers.
Should give him a little clap.
Yeah.
Just give him a little clap.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Never going to say this, but we commend you anyway.
We are growing as a channel, mate. I've seen us in weird places.
Yeah,
So-
that was the weirdest
mean?
thing.
What
I
is
didn't.
it?
I didn't show.
Oh,
I
you
wanted to
haven't
show
shown
you. I will show
I'll
you.
tell you
after.
now. I was on Facebook and I'm on the Roosters page. Someone randomly posts up our. So we have a screenshot with us talking about Lindsay Collins
Yeah.
doing the "No, you can't see me."
Yeah.
That try July, and then someone screenshot that and uploaded that and said, "What a player Lindsay Collins is." But we're there, like our
Yeah.
podcast is there.
What?
Because
What a mad shout out.
there's the
He's
photo.
paid him 100%.
It's a TikTok cop out. It's a photo of me, and then there's a writing that says John Cena or Lindsay Collins.
Yeah.
So that's what the caption was, and they posted
So
up.
it's
It
popped
looked
up
mad.
for just random
Nah,
people.
that's
popping
awesome.
up.
That's mad to
but-
see.
Yeah.
So it's good. Like, thank you for.
Congrats,
Yeah,
guys.
we
You know,
appreciate your love
yeah.
and support.
proud of you, man. I see all the hard work behind the scenes.
Thanks, man.
But
You
also,
guys
you know what
deserve
else? I was at the
everything coming
gym,
your
bro,
Yeah,
and your brother Titan was with me,
yeah.
and like we started talking to one of the guys there. Anyways, he walks up to me, he's like, "Bro,
Just a random guy.
he was random. Now we do talk here and
Okay.
there." Anyways, so he was like to me, "Hey, bro, you won't believe this." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Bro, my mate walked up to me and said, bro, I've been watching these boys' podcast. It's actually like funniest things I've ever seen, blah, blah, blah."
No way.
And the guy's, "Oh, don't send it to me, blah, blah, blah." And it ends up being us.
Well, Khaludi?
Huh? With
Khaled?
Khaled, yeah.
Hey,
And then he's like,
that's
bro, these guys go to my gym. It's like, "Oh, what?" And then, yeah.
That's awesome.
We
So we're growing slowly, slowly.
We do
that's
appreciate the love and
Yeah,
support.
no, honestly, thank you guys.
Yes.
Even that negative, positive comments, it all means a lot to the boys and and more to the boys. You know, they put in the hard yards. I'm just coasting here.
Look, even though Khaled is not here 24/7, he's still a big part of this channel. He does help us a lot. We talk all the time, even though he's not on the scene. He's always behind the scenes. He helps us out a lot.
We have a massive group of boys.
Yeah, and you will see him a lot more often in the videos. When I'm not here, he'll be here. When he's not here, Khaled will take over. So Khaled will be a big part of this channel.
I'm the 18th man.
He's not the 18th man. He's just the 4th man. Could have 3 men.
Beat it.
Come on, man.
Beat
It was good the whole way. Why'd
It
you
was,
have
it
to-
was.
It was good. It was
Thanks
good.
for your help, Khaled. We appreciate you
Alright,
too,
mate.
man.
Anytime.
Now, still, we've wrapped up the finals, the qualifying finals. It was an amazing week, but still on the topic of footy, Valentine Holmes, a bit of strife, huh? What do you reckon?
What makes you...
What's going on? These footy players don't know how to just keep the media off their backs. I swear.
Is it true he posted it on Instagram?
on his story apparently?
I read, so I don't know who came up with it. They said it was a prank.
Ah, okay.
Now,
of course they're gonna
now
say
whether it's a prank or not, you're a role model.
100%.
All right. Me as a person, I like Valentine Holmes as a player.
Yeah, he's a
honestly.
very,
I like
he's a
that
very
photo
excellent
too.
player.
I hate
What? What?
it's in his mouth. Anyways, prank or not, a lot of people see it.
Children and adults.
And what makes you think it's a smart idea to post it to Instagram where you've probably got, I don't know how much he has, but I'm guessing at least 100, 100
millions of people that see it though. Like all these, the second it's something negative, more people see it.
Yeah, so
you might,
you helped cost your team the season because you didn't show up for 5 weeks due to suspension.
Yeah.
And then you go with that, like
Which can jeopardize his his actual whole career.
Because remember another player that done this and he was gone.
If he gets if he gets tested, he's done.
tell me.
Ben Barber.
So if he's done know what we're talking about, he posted up a photo of him with what looks like to be an illegal substance,
And a Woodstock in his hand.
a Woodstock and an illegal substance
that up,
in a
yeah.
little bag in his mouth. So we understand it's probably his Mad Monday or whatever. His season's finished. He's enjoying himself, and we don't judge the footy players. Look, they do have their own life. They can do whatever they want. But at the end of the day, like Billy said, they are role models to a lot of people, young kids, and especially Valentine Holmes is known across the whole league. For him to post up a photo like that, like just displaying what could be illegal substances in his mouth is just
Yeah, like I'm
we
saying,
don't
even
even
as a
know,
prank,
right?
that's what I'm saying, even as a prank.
Prank or not?
Like with the boys, it's a laugh, but you're showing it to the world.
yeah.
Send it on Snapchat to the
and it
boys.
was half a bag.
It was half
So
a bag.
where'd the rest go? Who knows?
Well, is he getting paid enough for a full bag?
Maybe that.
Who knows?
Well, yeah, that's what it
Good
is.
luck to him, man. Honestly.
Hopefully that nothing comes out of it because he is a great talent to the game.
I've got a question for you. What's worse, that or Latrell Mitchell's shotgun?
Nah, shotgun, but he was on a farm. You're allowed to shotgun.
Yeah,
all
he's
the time.
I mean, but the time, right? The time of the season.
Yeah, the timing's never right.
Yeah.
Well, they both help cost their teams this season. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they have in common.
Nah, just a bit of banter. It's their personal life at the end of the day.
Yeah, look,
Who are
what
we
you're
to
doing-
judge?
Yeah, that's right.
We have our own, behind the scenes sort of stuff. No one knows whose life or what they're going through or whatever
right.
it is. We can't judge nothing. So
Everyone lives their own life. It's just the way you go
Yeah,
about
the
it,
way-
especially with you being an influence to kids.
And
It's just all right.
and you know the media, bro. They look at it. Even if it was jelly beans in that thing, they'll edit it to something
NRL
else.
360 is gonna have
Yeah,
a
they're
party.
gonna kill it.
Right, they haven't slept since then.
Buzz is loving it.
They're not sleeping.
Buzz is buzzing.
They are not sleeping. They've called each other right now. Like,
Did you see it?
meet me in the office right now. Let's party.
Meet me on set. We're doing a
Nah,
pre-record.
so they're gonna pump Valentine
I'm
Holmes
gonna
this
jump on
week.
him.
So hopefully nothing comes.
I
out
think
of it,
even
man.
if it wasn't illegal substances, which we're hoping it's not, he'll probably get a fine for actually posting it.
To
But
make it look like you had that stuff.
hopefully that's the extent if it's not.
Who can
illegal
prove
substances.
otherwise, right?
That's
Unless
right.
they drug test him, but
Oh, they can. Well, not really because it's off season now. So
But do you know? I saw
no,
the
they
photo.
get. What do you mean?
it's off
get-
season.
Don't they get tested? They do. They'll get tested off season too.
Oh, I
Oh,
wouldn't
they'll
know.
probably jump on him.
Yeah,
that was
maybe,
100%.
maybe.
But the thing because in the picture I showed, I looked at his eyes. I'm like, yeah, what a mad cunt.
That's the funniest thing.
What a mad cunt.
Half a bag too, right? And they're
Come
not
on,
cheap
boys.
these
Now
days.
you're just starting to condone it.
Yeah,
No,
but-
no, no,
Hey,
no,
look, we're
no.
assuming. Let's not
Yeah,
assume.
we're
Paul-
assuming.
yeah, we can't do
Assuming.
that.
And we don't condone. What don't we condone on this? We don't condone gambling. We don't condone drinking. And we don't condone.
But we
drugs.
condone OnlyFans apparently.
Only pans, not fans.
Hey,
It's a cooking show.
The saying for the hangout is the best, bro. You can do whatever you want. Just
Just don't smoke.
don't smoke.
Who's in that?
That's Ali's motto.
Ah, yeah.
Do what you can. Do what you want. Just you know what? That's for our side of things. So,
We don't condone any of that stuff.
yeah,
So
we don't. We don't.
just live a healthy life, you
But if
guys.
you're doing OnlyFans for a good cause,
Billy doesn't do OnlyFans. He does only pans. It's a cooking show. If you want to subscribe to it.
naked.
Oh my God.
Before we wrap up the whole video, we want to touch on. So the last video we done, we spoke a bit about the UFC. So we just want to touch on the results because they did happen today as well. So
So
why do you always laugh, bro?
'Cause it's
You make
funny.
me nervous.
Strickland is champion.
Yeah, that's very rough.
That's
First of all,
random.
So Sean Strickland did defeat Israel Adesanya in a 5-round decision. It was very one-sided. It's not even funny.
hold on. I just want to go back to last week's notes because if I remember correctly, this is ranked number 6 in the world against ranked number 1,
Champion.
and
Champion.
the champion. Yes.
And arguably the best middleweight of all time.
Now, Adesanya did absolutely get picked off in this fight. We did watch it. How weird, first of all, is Strickland's stance?
Strictly boxing.
And look, you're doing it before. Can you show us it for the camera? please?
Yeah, it's good.
Hey, it's funny.
So his Philly show stance, it's called a Philly show. It's a boxing stance. And the way he just pauses, he looks like he's sort of spacing out a bit. Like he just, does one of these ones. And Israel actually made a meme about it, saying like, who the hell can come in against me and do something like that and win?
Yeah.
He not only won, he picked him off for 5 rounds. He outstruck him.
Literally all rounds.
More damage, more pressure, absolute in all categories of striking.
Yeah.
Just
Now,
demolished him.
all judges did score the card 49-46. So they gave a round to Adesanya. But the rest of the rounds, Adesanya absolutely got destroyed. He didn't know what to do.
He folded. He
So
folded.
this stance, literally, if you all watch fighting, when you fight, you shouldn't be stiff. You're standing straight. This guy came out stiff, standing straight.
Chin
and
up in the air.
Chin up in the air and absolutely destroyed the champion. It was a good fight to see. We spoke about it, me and Carla, we touched on it a bit.
That's another-
in the last
that's
video.
another
That's why we're
prediction.
scrapping the whole video. last
That's
week.
another prediction that I'm going to eat shit.
We said if Strickland wins, the whole of the UFC world's going to blow up. And that is...
Did you hear the fans?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God, they went crazy.
Of course.
Crazy for
Nathan
Strickland.
Cleary was in the fans, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
Did you
yeah.
see?
You're serious. They put him in one of the celebrity stars.
Yeah. Now, I don't care because I don't like Adesanya that much.
Yeah. Well, I respect his talent. His resume is out of this world.
Yeah, of course.
And you could see from the first round, he had nothing for him. So Adesanya likes people that pressure him, but he likes when they're striking with him and throwing. Like
He's a counter strike. He's a
it's
counter
a
attack.
beautiful one of the best counter strikes you've ever seen in your life. But because Strickland is more defensive, Israel had nothing. He had nothing for him.
It was good to see. I really enjoyed it, especially when we dropped him in round 1 and
Bro, I
just
think
jumped
everyone
on.
wanted Adesanya to lose.
Oh,
Everyone.
100%.
So
Oh, no. there's your little bandwagoners that like
Obviously.
Adesanya, but anyone that actually, most of the people that watch the sport don't really care for Adesanya. Do you care for him?
Well, I wanted him to win.
Did you?
Well,
there's
he's
a
the
bandwagoner.
closest thing.
It's a bandwagon.
Closest thing to Australia. What's wrong with you? So
Bam Bam was on that card.
yeah,
He's an Australian.
and he got mopped.
Which
Moving on.
Moving on into that fight. That's a good segue.
Yeah.
Now, Bam Bam Tuivasa and Alexander Volkov did fight. This was rank 6 versus rank 7. Bam Bam being 6th, Volkov being 7th. Now, this fight, Bam Bam did lose. He got submitted by...
Volkov.
he did get submitted by Volkov, but the submission is a Ezekiel choke.
Yep.
So it's only been done 3 times in the whole of UFC.
That's correct.
It is a solid... It's a solid submission.
Very, very hard to get
Very
in.
hard. You got to be literally. So he did get full mounted in the second round and got destroyed and ended up getting choked. I felt bad for him. I do like Bam Bam, but I feel like the reach and the height difference played a big role in this fight.
Now, we said last week that Volkov is always in a kickboxing stance.
Yeah.
And we said the only way Tuivasa can win is if he breaks open in his guard and just touches him on the chin. Now, he only had 2 weapons this whole fight.
Yeah,
Was
literally.
his leg kick and the
Overhand right. Yeah.
Overhand right, sorry. And, man, Volkov had a beautiful, beautiful plan, strategy. Touched him up on the outside. His reach was too much for him.
And the power.
Banged him up and rocked him so many times.
How many times did he drop him? He dropped him
Yeah,
like
he dropped him
4
a few
5
times. And Tuivasa, when his plan doesn't go like according to what he wanted,
He gets lost.
he gets lost. And all he does is just throw
Yeah,
over.
but it's like you said, they just keep
overhand
going for leg
rights.
kicks. That's literally it.
That's literally all
That's
he's done.
it, yeah.
And his corner after the first round goes to him, keep going for that leg. Keep going for that leg. His leg's going to give out. It's about to give out. Now, it did bruise. It bruised
did. It
very
was
badly.
damaged.
It was damaged.
But it wasn't enough.
But
Like,
that's
Volkov
not a
has so
game
much
plan
more.
against... They're 2 heavyweights. It's not a game plan to keep going for his legs. This guy's got fucking cannons for hands.
Yeah.
And we said that Volkov's only way he would sort of win is by grappling.
Yeah.
We said it last week, and
And it happened.
He finished him.
But it's not even just the grappling. He destroyed him standing up. He destroyed him on the ground. It was very mismatched for the ranking.
Yeah.
For the ranking, it was very mismatched. And, bro, the bloke for his size can throw head kicks, leg kicks, bro. The bloke's versatile. I like Volkov. But, that's also what happened in the UFC. Do you want to touch up on any other UFC
Yeah,
fights?
there was a few other fights, but Justin Tafa did knock out his opponent in 1 round. It was a sort of a walk-off KO. It was wow.
Was it?
Bombs after bombs after bombs. Just cleaned him up.
I barely saying that.
It wasn't even a contest at all.
Yeah.
And we had one of ours, Sydney own, Tyson Pedro, his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, finished his opponent.
That's the one I was saying. Tyson Pedro. That's the one.
Yeah, first round
He's
too.
good.
So
He's slowly making his way up in the
it's a
UFC.
good card. But
Yeah. What about the Cape?
Oh yeah, we know Cape. Yeah,
Cape, yeah, that's it.
yeah.
He's
Beautiful
facing,
fight. That was a beautiful fight.
it was a good
3
fight.
rounds with Felipe De Santos.
Dos Santos, yeah.
He's a debutant, by the way.
Yeah, I
First
watched
fight in
it. He
UFC.
gave him a good run.
Very good run.
Very
He could have won easily, but he just outworked him sort of in the last round. That's what got him the victory.
Yeah, and he did come out after he won, and he did call out Kai Kara France.
He said a lot. More than that.
Don't worry about what the rest of what he
Can't say
said.
that
If you want to hear what he said, just search up on YouTube.
Yeah.
He said a word that.
Shouldn't be said. He's not the only one that said it too.
Who said it?
I'll show you after.
Oh wow. Okay. And Dana White did come out and didn't defend him because Dana White doesn't care.
there'll be a
They
bit
can
of-
say whatever they want.
Oh, he didn't care.
Yeah, no, he's the all-grown man. Now Cape did come out and apologise. The word starts with an F, ends with a T.
We're not gonna get into it because
And for the UFC at their level, like no
it
word,
shouldn't be said.
no word that should be
professionals,
spoken.
yeah.
Yes.
But it was discussed by Dana White. He had no care in the world.
I thought fines would fly around, but straight out.
No, Dana White did not care. He goes, he's a man. He's
Yeah, if
the
it comes
fighters,
his
what
way,
can we
that's
do?
it,
Yeah, but Manel Cap did come out and apologise and say that he's just pissed off. He was upset at the whole team, and it is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
They draw blood for a living, man.
100%. That's their fight. They're combat fighters,
In the moment, they just say whatever they want, and then they think about
and
it.
they're
all
big
else,
entertainers. So
That's it.
they get knocked up the head a few times. They can say whatever they want, apparently. But before I do wrap up this video, the rugby league rounds are getting shorter because we are in the final series. So if you have anything you want us to talk about or you want us to do, like games or whatever, just let us know in the comments, or you can message us on Instagram if you follow our Instagram in the description below. But yeah, just let us know and we'll have a read through it. We do reply to comments most of the time. And yeah, so that's the end of this video. The qualifying finals week 1, done and dusted.
Hey, before we finish the video, just before,
Tell me.
I watched Reunion, the World Cup's on,
Oh my god.
and New Zealand lost against France.
Well, that is massive.
Just saying.
That is massive.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Before
See,
I
now
wrap
we're
this up, there was a question asked apparently to people in New Zealand: what is bigger, New Zealand winning the rugby union final, or the Knights? Oh, sorry, not the Knights. The Warriors, where they are right now. And most of them said the Warriors, where they are right now, is bigger to them. Because how long haven't they made it to the
Because
final?
All Blacks have been a powerhouse in Union for a long time. So
Since 2011, right?
Yeah, so with the All Blacks, you expect them to win pretty much the World Cup or whatever. But with the Warriors doing the way they did with a new coach and whatever, they done very well.
yeah, of course, the bottom eight meant to be bottom eight. Like not.
Speaking of Union, there's another signing. Besides
Angus
Angus
Crichton.
Crichton.
It hasn't gone yet.
Yeah, it hasn't gone. Yeah.
But they asked Trent Robinson in the thing as well. He's like, nah, I've heard nothing. So.
Yeah, but there wasn't.
Maybe just manager.
But they will go for him. He is a Union player.
He is originally a Union player.
And there is a fair bit of signings, but that will be spoken about on the. Is it review? No,
Preview.
on the preview.
Yeah, we'll talk about this. Oh, you want to talk about it now?
Happy? Let's go.
So, Kyle Flanagan is the first signing that has gone to the Dragons from the Bulldogs on a 2-year deal. I don't mind it. I don't think he'll be starting in the side. I reckon he'll be maybe a utility off the bench. Now, you can talk to us about your new signings.
Your team, there's no salary cap anymore. You just go.
Oh, so the Dragons are going for Kaloa Matangi, and if we get him, that'll be amazing.
What? I didn't say that.
So there's
I've seen it.
there's a 3-way race between us, the Rabbitohs and the Raiders.
Raiders will get him because they will pay overs for him.
So we will.
Yeah, you guys won't.
Throw the bank at him, brother.
Kolomatangi.
First of all,
He only
good
plays good
signing.
against Roosters. The
Good
fuck.
signing. Kyle Flanagan's a good signing.
He is.
I've always backed him up. I've always liked him. He shits himself in a few plays, but I think playing under his dad will give him a bit of that extra room to grow.
I
More
told you
confidence.
the new Ivan and Nathan Cleary combo.
I mean, that's a
Why not,
bit
bro?
far fetched, but we'll see how we go. You never know. You never know. And by the way, Dragons are rebuilding right now. It looks good.
Yeah.
Look, my dad is a supporter of the Dragons.
I do like you, Dad.
Yeah.
No,
So,
man, is that a wall? We
I've
smoke
always-
cigars together.
Yeah, I got a bit of respect for the Dragons, and seeing them rebuild is like a bit of fresh air because they've copped
It is a breath of fresh air.
Do you know, I even said it to your brother, like at the gym, I was like, I can honestly look past his big, dirty head and be happy for you. And
Thanks,
big
man.
fan.
I appreciate it, but
But just, I don't know, he burns me. I can't.
I think it's the players that
I appreciate it.
players I grew up watching come out of the Dragons makes you respect them. Nightingales of the world, the Sowards, the Coopers. It goes on.
The Ben
list
Hornbys.
goes- oh wow,
I'm glad you think like that because my husband does not like the Bulldogs at all.
that's fine. We hate
Has
it.
no respect
No,
for
but he
them.
said last week that he doesn't mind the Bulldogs, the fans he doesn't
Yeah,
like.
100%.
So I respect.
So
him
you
for
like the
that.
team?
You can't back.
Hey,
him.
they
I said it
buckled,
last week.
eh?
I'm not
Be
going to
honest.
buckle. I'm not going to buckle.
We want honesty here.
I don't hate the team. I don't
That's
hate the team.
fucked.
Well, I hate the Rabbitohs,
I do
Yeah, well,
hate the
and we all agree that we hate Sea Eagles.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
same.
feel like the
yes.
whole world does, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
And do you know what I mean? There's a few teams, but there's like the Roosters, for example, the Dragons. Eels, as much as our rivalry goes through the roof, there's a soft spot for them because they are a strong,
Fuck
hard
Eels,
running
bro. I
team
can't
when they
stand
want to
the
be.
Eels, bro.
But back to the signings.
I was going to say,
I was about to
before
say
you
something.
you can't hate, especially on the Bulldogs back in the day. You took most of their players, like the William Masons,
And what they do for us,
the Ogre.
What they do for us? Nothing.
But,
we
they
can
were
play off 'em.
Sonny Bill. What did Sonny Bill Williams do
You're
for you?
saying that
What did Sonny Williams do for you?
he walked out on the Bulldogs. That's why we got him.
Oh, that's respect.
Someone who could do
What
that to the
did Sonny-
Bulldogs.
The question
We'll
is,
take
what did
him.
he do for you, though? That's the question.
For me, nothing. For the team,
No, look, they had it.
guys, that's like saying I should like the Rabbitohs because of Luke Keary and Angus Crichton. No,
No, they're at your team now. But I'm
they
saying
were from there.
in general, the Bulldogs have had some greats of the game.
Why do you dislike us for? Like, why do you dislike the team? Because we know you hate the fans. What's your problem with the team?
The team hasn't done much. Yeah, it's just the fans that make you hate the team.
Like it was the fans. Then players like Josh
don't-
Reynolds came in.
Ah, yeah.
Well, you
Shit
didn't
like
like
that.
Trent Hodgkinson, Josh Reynolds. You didn't like.
The only player I
You
actually
didn't like
liked-
Jamal Idris. You didn't
No.
like Andrew Ryan. You didn't like these players at all.
Why would I like him? The one player I did like straight up because he puts his heart on his sleeve.
Nigel Vangana.
Josh Jackson.
Nigel Vangana.
You know who that
Yeah.
is?
Vangana.
Vangana, yeah.
Yeah, Josh Jackson was the only one
He
I
played
liked.
for the Bulldogs
Yeah, and the Rabbitohs, no?
and was it the Rabbitohs?
Yes.
Okay, he scored 4 tries.
Against you.
One game.
It wasn't against
No,
you.
with us.
Oh,
Was it
with us.
Rabbitohs?
Maybe those 4 tries were against the Rabbitohs.
It wasn't Rabbitohs. He played for Warriors.
No, no. Royce, yeah, I think it's Warriors because
I
Royce
think those 4 tries were against the Rabbitohs.
You don't like Royce Tarsi of the world?
No, no, so he played
You like
Rabbitohs.
Jonathan Thurston. Come on.
Only because he didn't win it with you. Oh, he did win
Oh,
with you guys.
shut up. He did.
Anyway, we'll get back to your signings
Yeah,
because
so we did sign Jake Turpin.
brain scratches.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that? Drew Hutchison,
Because those two, I'm just like, what?
Jamin
So,
Salmon.
Can we talk
Blake
about
Taff.
who's off contract? So he's having understanding. So Fatala Mariner,
you
Luke
later.
Thompson,
you later.
Pango Jr.,
you later.
Harrison Edwards,
See you later.
Harrison Edwards, Hayes Perham. So there's a lot of money freed up this year.
Okay, but
for some reason, as much as we signed, we've still got so much money left over.
I know, but that's not even the problem. I don't know. You have a salary sombrero. It's not a salary cap, first of all. You just named, out of the 5 or 6 players you named, 5 of them were forwards. You're assigning utilities.
Nah,
Can someone add that?
Hey, Drew Hutchison can play lock.
Can someone add that up to me?
So Salmon was signed as a utility.
Yeah.
Taff was signed as a utility. Jake Turpin was signed as a utility. Gus Good was signed as a fullback. But I don't know.
Gus Gould.
You forgot the biggest one. Drew Orbison Hutchison.
Hey, Drew Mr. Fix-It, mate.
Mate.
He is Mr. You can put him anywhere. He is Mr. Fix.
He
There's-
helps.
Like the saying is, trust in Gus.
I did-
What's saying?
Until it all goes bust. Well, who knows? Like,
I did see he came out and said
Jake Turpin is a good sign. though.
he's got eight.
alright.
He's got 8 or like 8 or 7 new signings coming in the next week
Like,
or
2 of them
two.
already happened. And we did sign a Dolphins prop, his name, for
Yes, he was for the Dragons. He didn't even make first grade of the Dragons.
So we have a fetish, because we have fetishes, right?
Yeah, he played for the Roosters too.
We
by
have
the way.
fetishes for signing bench players. We love it.
It's not even bench
The
player.
only the only bench player that I love is Taff.
Taff, yeah.
Because I actually think he was a much better fullback this year than Mitchell, and he's a very, very high-rated fullback.
He needs to be your
I
fullback.
think Serraldo's trying to do what Webster did. Just sign the rejects and try to make
He
it.
needs to be your fullback next year because Stephen Crichton,
He's not a
you
fullback.
see him in the
But he's a
centre.
leader, so which is good.
Now, that Famasuli didn't crack first grade with the Roosters.
Stephen
Didn't
Crichton's
crack
a leader.
first grade with the Dragons.
And what did you crack?
Didn't crack. I'll crack you in a minute. Didn't crack first grade for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna crack first grade for the Bulldogs?
Yeah, because I got no one left.
With
how
their
shit
starting
we
prop.
are.
With their starting
How
prop.
shit we are, because Crichton's our new prop, right?
No, got skills.
So not Crichton.
Read money.
Drew Hutchison.
Reed Miney's leading the most missed tackles.
Is he?
How?
31.
How?
Why do they do this to me? Why do you know that? Oh my god, I got so many questions.
He is a hooker at the end of the day, so he does play in the front.
But you shouldn't miss that much.
Cuz
tackles.
he's a good
You know
player. I
who's
don't know
coming
what happened
third? Matt Burton.
It's a turnstile.
Oh no, sorry, no, he's coming ninth. Who's coming third? Is that another Bulldogs player?
Probably Hayes Perham, bro. A fullback is missing more tackles. I don't know.
Hayes Perham will be good in the centres, bro. You seen him
Wing.
last week?
He'll be good in the wing, not center.
You seen him last
Up.
week? He scored a
Hey,
try.
that try last week.
Back to all seriousness. Now, Bulldogs have made a few signings.
Takiaho, you
lot
throw
of-
him in there too.
A lot of who?
Takiaho.
Okay, he's on one leg, cuz.
Doesn't sound better as we go. Eh?
No, it doesn't.
I'm waiting for us to say like Fader.
But that's
I'm
the
waiting to
problem.
say you know who? Even Jack de Bellin. Like I want
Someone
these
a hard
hard
worker.
He's not a
I want to hear something like that. I'm hearing bench players or players that have just come back after retirement.
It's a rough season for anyone to sign because no one good is on the market.
I think, yeah, so this November is when everyone hits the free market.
Yeah.
So we're talking Walsh, Esra Man,
Fodawaker.
everyone.
We have to sign Fodawaker.
But for 2025,
for 2025.
Yeah,
But
we have to sign
if you're going to
him.
sign, it's November.
I think we get him. I think Bulldogs do
Fodawaker?
get Fodawaker. I think we do.
well, we'll keep you updated on who they get because apparently they're signing everyone that's off contract.
Sorry guys, but you don't like you agree with Turpin?
So what's the point of him?
Because you have an
I mean,
80-minute
come
hooker.
on. Yeah.
That's the thing. Roosters didn't have an 80-minute hooker. That's why he was okay.
Is Turpin just a hooker?
That's it. What's he going to play? Oh, forward. You just played Read Money there. Might as well 4 minutes. Is that your number 10 and 8? Read Money and Jake Turpin? Hey, comp next year.
Nah, and Famasuli is the
Fullback.
rotation.
Yeah, he's a fullback.
Well, you know, when I saw the word Famasuli, for some reason I read...
Famasuli
for-
Awi?
Yeah, for some Awi. I'm thinking, what? No way. I go on it, there's a Dolphins jersey. I'm like, what?
He's offered him a whole hotel and he didn't come to his. You think he's going to come to his now
Guys,
for
do you know what?
this?
Good, do you know what? Signing?
After when? When did Pingo Jr. retire?
Pinga.
2 weeks after.
Anyways, hey, the signings you should have went for is Haas and Famasuali's brother.
Yeah.
Both of them. So the Haas,
Oh, even
Haas
Payne
brother,
Haas's brother.
Yeah, the Haas
Even
brother.
Khaleesi,
Yeah, Khalees.
Because they're all guns. They're both guns. Wallah.
they are. But, you know, alhamdulillah, we like to sign bench players and players that don't even play.
Yep,
So
that is true.
you never know. You might get signed to the Bulldogs.
Oh yeah, we'll give it a crack.
Go to Belmore for a bit, go to a pub. You might pick up a recruiter.
No,
there.
well, everyone knows where Gus Gould goes to that cafe.
That cafe, yeah.
No, honestly, I reckon if your brother walks past Belmore Ground, just look at him. Yes.
He Titan.
Yeah, the Titan. Well,
But when he speaks, what happens
Don't
then?
speak nah,
well,
go
do you think
to-
Nelson's anybody when he speaks? Probably. I don't know.
They're the same person.
I haven't seen Nelson speak, but we won't talk about him. That is the wrap up of the qualifying finals
You
week
said
1
that 10 minutes ago.
review and a bit of the UFC.
We're just having fun, mate.
We appreciate your support and your watching. If you like, leave a comment and subscribe and leave a like.
And click the bell to stay notified.
Click the bell to stay notified. And yeah, that's it. If you want to follow our socials, they're in the description below. And thank you for watching this video. Peace.